Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be the vlog for March 6th through, I always forget to check the date of what weeks it is, the 6th through the 12th, and I apologize for being in my pajamas. I have just been lounging around all day. I haven't done much today, hence why I didn't pick up the camera until now. I've been just editing last week's vlog and then reading a bit. And the book that I'm reading, and I will be finishing tonight because I have less than, it's an hour and 50 minutes? Yeah, an hour and 50 minutes of the audiobook is Finale by Stephanie Garber. I'm listening to the audiobook and reading the physical book, both of which are being borrowed from my library. And so far, I'm really enjoying this. I'm not really going to explain it that much because I'm about to finish it, but essentially the brief premise is this is the third and final book in the Caraval trilogy, where in the first book, Caraval, we have this big magical performance slash game called Caraval, where two sisters go, and then the second book we have another Caraval at a different location, and then now we're dealing with the aftermath slash we have the two sisters, Scarlett and Tala. They're just kind of having to deal with things that are happening with them. And we have there's these fates that are these immortal beings that are have powers, and a lot of them are evil. We also have fated objects and locations, and essentially they're magical and all that. And that's kind of the brief premise of this, I guess. And a very dumbed down, I barely understand what's going on. I barely understand what's going on in some parts, but I'm loving everything. I love the characters. I love all 5 of our main characters. And I'm just really, really enjoying it. So, yeah, I'm currently watching Sprints, Julie from Pens and Pages, right? That is her YouTube. Yeah, Julie, Pens and Pages, that's her, YouTube channel. I'm watching her sprints because she does Sunday sprints that I try to hop on. I try to watch at least 2 or 3 times a month, and so I'm going to be finishing this off. So yeah, and then later I will talk about a ebook that I have started, because I also have an ebook that I'm carrying over from last week, which isn't on my TBR. Oops. But yeah, I will let you know what that is going to be in a little bit. So we're gonna pretend it's not 10:30 and I forgot to update about this book. Cause yeah, it's 10:30 and I forgot to update about this book. So kinda sorry for the lighting, because this is just placed on my bookshelf. But I finished this book and I'm giving it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It's my favorite book in the series. I have decided that. And it feels good to be finishing a series, especially a series that I started this year, because I've only done that with 2 other series. But I've started too many to count, and about to fall over. But yeah, I don't really have any strong thoughts on this, besides I loved it. I loved the ending. I just enjoyed reading this series, and I will definitely be reading Once Upon a Broken Heart, which takes place in this same world, but we're following other characters. Well, one character from this book is a main character in that book. I don't know how or anything like that. And then the ebook that I will be finishing tonight, I literally have it open on my iPad over there because I opened it and then went, shit, I forgot to update my vlog. And that is Groupie by C.M. Stanich. I'm currently 79% into it. I originally wanted to finish it last night, but I didn't. And this is essentially kind of like a rock star reverse harem. We follow Lily, who ends up going not going on tour with this rock, I think it's a rock band, but kind of ends up accidentally doing that, and it's a reverse harem. 5 guys, 1 girl. I don't really want to explain more. I'm really enjoying it. I mentioned this in my last vlog that I really want to read more of C.M. Stanich's books, because the other books that I've read from her I have loved so much, and this one I am really enjoying. Probably a 4-star, unless something at the end is either really good or really bad, then that rating might change. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this here because I'll just sit and ramble. So, well, stand and ramble, but yeah. Okay, so it's Monday the 7th, and it is 12:18, and I am just picking up the camera now. Last night I finished Groupie, and I gave it 4 stars, and then I may have started the second book, which is Rhodey, and I'm 26% into that book. I swear it happened as an accident. I was originally just gonna read the first one, and then maybe like later this month pick up the second one, or next month. But I am just so in love with the characters. And also, one thing, I messaged like a friend group about this because I'm like, it's so true, is when I'm reading romances, or more specifically reverse harem romance like series, I find myself binging through them. Like, I can only think of two. Yeah, I can only think of three. Yeah, I'm finding more, but 3 reverse harem series that I didn't binge through in like a week or in whatever period of time. And that's solely because when I read them, not all the books were out, or they're currently being released. But when I do read them, I binge read them, like, and I think it's because it's almost like a palate cleanser. I can read this series and then just be done with it, versus a lot of times with fantasy series, I think I'm more of like, I love this world so much, I don't want it to end, versus the romances, well, I don't want them to end, I'm just more of like, they're easier to read because you don't need to really remember much, because it's just like easy to fly through. Like, there are definitely in some romance series that I skim of like, not skim, but more I'm like, I can just read through quite quickly because it's just a character explaining their feelings that they felt 2 pages ago, and it's now more intense type thing, in the best way. And so I think that that's just my thing, is like, I just need the time to binge them, I guess. So my TBR is being put on hold. Well, my ebook TBR, I will be actually reading a physical book from my TBR later today. And then speaking of today, I'm going to be on Katie from Kit Kats Can Read, like her sprint. She's doing like Monday sprints, and I was like, I can join if you don't mind me doing some schoolwork for some of the sprints, because I'm probably going to do like 2 sprints for schoolwork and then the rest reading. Itchy nose apparently. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's kind of like the plan for today. Other than that, I'm not sure. I will explain the physical book that I'm starting when I actually start it, because like, it's currently just sitting on my bed down here where you can't see, waiting to be read. But I have to go and jump on that live because it's gonna start in 9 minutes, so yeah. So it is now 8:26, and I just haven't done much. I did a lesson of schoolwork on the live, and then I also started, I should actually grab the dust jacket, Only a Monster by Vanessa Lynn. I'm currently reading the book, so I don't have the dust jacket on it, but essentially this we follow 16-year-old Joan, who goes to, is it London? Yes, London, to kind of stay with her like mother's extended family for the summer, and she ends up like volunteering at this historical house. But when essentially she finds out, well, she's known the whole time but hasn't believed it, that her and her family are monsters, and that there are monsters in the world. And then she finds out that she has these monstrous abilities after originally planning on going on with a date with one of the other people from the historical house, like that volunteers there, Nick. And then it's also later revealed that he is a monster hunter. And then at the point I'm currently at, which is in the description, therefore it's not a spoiler, is that Joan ends up having to work with essentially almost like with another monster named Aaron, who is kind of like from like a rivaling monster family, while also like Nick and other hunters are trying to destroy all of the monster kind. It's kind of a very bad thing. I really should have just read the thing. And like, I'm just gonna hold up the book because look at this gorgeous artwork. like, not artwork, but the gorgeous, like, foiling on the cover. It's so pretty. I'm almost like, I can't touch it. But I am loving this. I also have the bookmark that I have is of the character of Aaron, because this is this was January 2022's Fairy Loot book, so it came with the bookmark and then the book and then obviously other things. But I genuinely am in love with this, honestly. Like, the first, like, 10 pages were, like, kind of like, eh, but then we went boom into, like, thrown into the story, and I love that. And, like, at the point where I'm at, I literally could not tell you what is going to go on, except that, like, Joan and Aaron are not us right now working together, but about to. And then, like, again, when I mentioned, like, Nick being a monster hunter, and I feel like their paths are going to cross multiple times, and, like, other things are going to happen. But literally, I could not tell you how I think this is going to end. In all honesty, I'm like, couldn't tell you anything that's going to happen in this book. I've been blown away and have not been able to predict a single second of the book, which I love. So yeah, this is going to be, like, my main read of the week, honestly. Although I have no idea how long it's going to take me, because, like, I'm 72 pages in. Did I mention I was 72 pages in before? Ow, I don't remember, and I also hit my nail on my chin, ow. But yeah, this is going to be the read for the week. And then now, since it is 8:20, I'm going to be crawling into bed and reading more of Rhodey, because I do really, really want to read more. And so I'm going to do that, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. Okay, so it is 8:30 on Tuesday the 8th, and I just haven't picked up the camera. I blame that. I had a whole experience. Oh, hello, cat. Hi. Okay, Latte's making an appearance, but I had a whole thing with Spotify earlier where apparently Spotify and Discord were down. I didn't realize, so I was trying to sign into my Spotify like I normally do. And there was a whole thing where it was like my account wasn't showing up as even having an account, so I went on a whole thing. A whole, like, literally, like, I was gonna say 20 minutes, probably was close to an hour of just being like, what the fuck do I do? Did I put the wrong email? And there was that, and then we had to go do adulting things, and then I just kind of came back relaxed. I just kind of didn't want to do anything today, so I didn't. It's 8:30, I haven't picked up Only a Monster. I'm not going to tonight. Last night I did get to, I don't even know what percent. Let me just grab my iPad and check. I want to say it was like 70-something of Rhodey. Kindle is saying 74%. So I'm 74% into it. I'm really enjoying it. Okay. No. The laptop's right there. I was going to say the iPad. It's the laptop's right there. But I'm 74% into Rhodey, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I'm enjoying it more than Groupie or less. I feel like it's probably around the same thing. And yeah, I don't really have strong thoughts about it. I really love Lilith as our character, because our main character's name is Lilith. I just love the way that she's, like, at this point, like, kind of not letting anybody else say shit about her. She used to be all, like, kind of, like, her, like, if somebody would say something, she'd believe it, like, that is negative towards her, she'd believe it, and now she's like, no. I love that, and I also just love the dynamic between everybody, because there's 5 guys, 1 girl, so, like, even though, like, a lot of the times, I hate to say it in reverse harms, you can kind of see, like, things of, like, okay, you are, like, this guy is specifically meant to be for this type of emotional thing, and, like, all that. I feel like they each have their own part in her life, and that if they weren't a part of the story, or they weren't a part of her life, there would be feeling like there's a missing link type thing, like there's a missing part. And I just love the way that all the characters interact. I feel like I should actually say more than just like, oh, I'm liking it. So, like, those are the things that I kind of like. I mean, also the spicy scenes are fairly well done. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. So I will probably finish Rhodey tonight, start Moxie, which is book 3, which thankfully is only is under 200 pages, which I'm very happy about, because that means it'll be such a quick read. So yeah, I'm just kind of gonna chill. I might watch a TV show, eat, because I'm hungry. and all that. Surprise, surprise, it's 9 p.m. Really not surprised, if I'm gonna be honest. Today has just been a bit of an off day. I did end up doing sprints with Sam from Yarn Reader and Katie from Kit Kats Can Read. It was kind of very last minute, literally to the point that I joined the live on YouTube and Sam was like, I can send you a link. And I was like, sure. And then I also kind of signed myself up maybe for hosting sprints on Friday, which I'm down for, but I also have dinner plans at 6, so we'll have to have it wrapped up by 5 so I can then get ready. Or no, it'll just be me in the final sprint, just running around my room getting ready. But that's the whole thing. I ended up finishing Rhodey, giving it 4 stars. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than the first one, just a little bit. And then I also started Moxie, which is the 3rd and final book in the series. It's also only 177 pages, so I will 100% be finishing that tonight, because that leaves me with 120 pages, if that, left, and I am really enjoying that. And then I also read more of Only a Monster. I'm too lazy to show you the dust jacket, and I made it to page 132, and while I'm enjoying it, I will say this is obviously the main character is going through things. Joan, who's our main character, is going through things. Light spoilers is she's just lost her family, so she is going through all that, but she's also a monster who can time travel. Basically, the monsters can touch the back of somebody's neck and can take part of their life. So essentially, if I wanted to, let's say, travel 10 hours in the future, I would steal 10 hours of somebody's life, meaning that they would die 10 hours earlier than they were initially supposed to. That's kind of how the thing works. And let's say now we're back in 1993, and she's just freaking out because of things that have happened and is trying to fix it. But then we have Aaron, who is on the up, from a different house. I mentioned him earlier in the vlog, just kind of being once something's done, you cannot change it. And she's like, no, there has to be a way to change it. I'm like, bitch, you found out that you basically realized that you were a monster 2 days ago. He's been doing this his whole life, and he's technically older than you by a year. Therefore, he already has more information on you by, I don't know, being older than you and knowing this and being raised to know all this stuff. And that is the only thing that I'm finding annoying. Everything else I like. I definitely didn't expect us to time travel back into the 90s. But I'm really enjoying this. So far, it's probably, if Joan keeps on being annoying like she is, probably a 3.5. If she kind of smartens up a little bit, then maybe a 4. But I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go finish Moxie, and I'll see you in the morning, sometime tomorrow, let's just say. Do you want to make a bet on what time it is? Because if you are about to say 7:20 p.m., you are 100% right. To be fair, I blame that I have barely had enough energy to do productive things today. That picking up the camera, I feel is taking out so much energy, and I don't know why. My energy has just been feels like my energy has just been drained. I genuinely, it's 7 o'clock and I'm it feels like it's midnight. Today I haven't done that much. I uploaded my How's This Guy and Breath reading vlog, which has been 2 weeks in the making, or over 2 weeks in the making, I guess, because I started it on the 19th of February, and it's the 10th of March when it's being uploaded. Oops. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about today. I am about to read some more of Only a Monster, because I'd like to get it done by the end of the weekend, so Saturday or Sunday, and I am 130 pages in, so that is possible, because I'd like to read at least a couple chapters tonight. And then I will also be talking about the ebook that I'm going to be starting tonight when I update about this, although I just need to actually read some of this. So I only ended up reading up to page 150, so one chapter. I would have liked more, but I'm just like, I'm tired, like, and I honestly couldn't tell you what happened in that last chapter because I'm not processing information. Let's put it that way. And with this, I want to be able to process it. And like, part of me feels bad for only reading a chapter, but I genuinely feel like I've overexerted myself with reading recently, that I need to like take a step back and focus on like gaining more energy back, which is something that like I spend too much time reading, in all honesty. But the book that I will be starting tonight is The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the third book in the Blood and Ash series. And I'm doing a reread of this because the War of Two Queens comes out on the 14th. And, right, the 14th? Sorry, it comes out the 15th. My bad. But it comes out March 15th, and I want to reread book 3 because I kind of binged through it, and there's some questions that I'm needing answers to that I feel like those answers were already in book 3, and then I also just want to read book 3 so that I can immediately go into book 4 and just continue on with that story. And then I remember enough from book 1 and 2 to not have to worry about it. But the first book in the Blood and Ash series is From Blood and Ash. I have it on a bookshelf over there. I could grab it, but I'm not going to. But in the first book, From Blood and Ash, we follow Poppy, who is a maiden who she was like blessed as a maiden for a reason, and essentially this means that she cannot be looked upon, she cannot be touched, she honestly can't do anything that is not like approved by is it like the Duke and Duchess of where she's living type thing, and she is currently waiting for her 19th birthday so that she can ascend, and she doesn't know what that means, but when she gets assigned a new guard named Hawk, all those plans kind of go out the window as she becomes friends with Hawk, and then a lot of shit happens, and then now in the third book, we are very far away from that first initial thing, to the point that I don't know what I can say without spoilers, but let's just say she's no longer the maiden anymore and has taken upon a new title, and we are learning more about things in the world and all of that. And then also why I really wanted to reread The Crown of Gilded Bones is things that are said in that will make more sense after I have read A Shadow in the Ember, which I read in October when it first came out, because the worlds are, like, it's the same world A Shadow in the Ember takes place. Like, we don't even know how far in the past to the Blood and Ash series, and now that I have the information on that, some things that said in Crown of Gilded Bones might make a little bit more sense, and that's kind of mainly why I really want to reread it. And also I feel like just rereading a book will do me good in this whole thing of like not really wanting to read and wanting to read digitally and not physically. So that will be the ebook that I'm starting, and then I will be reading that probably until Monday. Like, I'll finish it Monday and then immediately start The War of Two Queens. Probably as soon as it hits my, like, the Kindle app, I'll be like, and this is my book now, I'm reading it. And for A War of Two Queens, I will be doing a whole reading vlog on it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna start. I will see you sometime tomorrow. I know I'm hosting reading sprints tomorrow, so I'll, fingers crossed, try to see you before that, although can't make any promises. Okay, so it is 12:40 and I'm just about to get ready to go live, but I randomly got a FedEx package. I didn't order anything that ships through FedEx, and then this was inside. I have no idea what this is. Keep in mind, I have no idea what this is. So of course I'm opening it. I'm trying to remember things that I signed up for. I'm like literally like shaking because I have no idea what it is. Okay, well, it's a book, but like, what is it? I have my first arc. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So yeah. Oh, okay. I have my first ever arc. So this is Boss Witch by Anna Guire. I think I remember at one point maybe signing up, because this is from Sourcebooks Calabasas. I think that I might have at one point signed up for something to do with getting arcs from them. But yeah, it's something to do with oh shit, so we have a witch. She doesn't tumble into love. And then a witch hunter comes into town. I got sent a book by a publisher, and it is, by the looks of it, a finished copy. Literally, me, Sam from Yarn Reader, and Katie from Kit Kats Can Read, we're literally talking about getting arcs from publishers literally a week ago, like literally on Monday. Or was it Wednesday? I don't know. At some point we were talking about it. Or was it like Saturday? I don't know. Sometime in the last week we were talking about this. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I'm now gonna like cry. Last night I also did only read the first 2 chapters of Crowding of the Bones. I just wasn't in a reading mood. But holy shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, this is a full-on finished copy. I can now say I've got sent a book by a publisher. What the fuck? I'm just gonna go cry in my freshly done makeup. Oh my gosh. So it is 10:32 and I haven't picked up the camera, obviously. I did the sprints, no problem. Katie ended up showing us a weird Eurovision 2022 song. Is it like The Wolf and the Banana or something like that? I definitely recommend you go and check it out. But then after sprints, that led me down a Eurovision rabbit hole. And then I had to go to dinner, which went really, really well. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to like say things on here to jinx it, but I feel like I'm repeating what I said last week. But it went like really, really, really fucking good. And I'm happy about that. I mean, it's to the point that I ended up being brought a little gift of like some treats. So like, yeah, I just feel like right now I just feel so fucking happy. And so I'm gonna take that happy high and run with it. I didn't get to read any of Only a Monster, which is right here. I like didn't read any of it today, so I'm not gonna get it finished by this weekend, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather let my mental health and me just being happy go above forcing myself to read a book that I am enjoying. Like, I'm heavily enjoying it. I just kind of like don't have the time, really. Is that the right thing to say? I guess. But I'm going to crawl into bed because I'm getting a little tired. And then read more of The Counting of the Bones, because I am really, really, really just wanting to read it. I also want my reread to be finished before Tuesday. Well, I want to finish my reread on Monday. So that gives me Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. So 4 days, and that book is 630 some pages. Something like that. I don't know the exact page count. So yeah. So yeah, that's just where I'm going to end this here. Not end this vlog, end the... So I'm just gonna end this clip here, and I'll see you. Oh, I just about hiccuped in the morning. Okay, so it's actually Sunday. I totally forgot to pick up the camera yesterday because I was just so tired. Friday night, I ended up basically after that last clip pretty much going to sleep. I think I read like 3, maybe 4 chapters of The Crown of Gilded Bones and then just passed out. And then yesterday, I was just so tired that I could barely keep myself awake for most of the day, let alone pick up the camera. But I did end up reading to page 215 of Only a Monster, and I do plan on reading a little bit more today sometime. And then I also, last night, got to 41% of The Crown of Gilded Bones. So yeah, but I think I'm gonna end this vlog here because it is Sunday, and I typically end my vlog Saturday, so I'm gonna immediately after this have to start my next vlog. But I really hope you enjoyed this vlog, and